As we all know, Delhi's air quality has reached critical levels in recent years, impacting the health, impacting the well-being of millions of its residents. It has become a health crisis that affects not only the physical environment, but also the economic and social fabric of the city. And to take this conversation ahead, I would like to invite a team from IIT Delhi who will present a white paper on the issue which will outline comprehensive, data-driven solutions to tackle this growing problem. Team IIT Delhi. Can we please have a huge round of applause?
Sit down.
Hello everyone, I'm Sparsh. I'm currently pursuing my BTech in third year in Department of Biotechnology and Biochemical Engineering at IIT Delhi.
Hello everyone, I'm Utkarsh Singhwal and I'm currently pursuing Bachelor's of Design from IIT Delhi.
Pranam, I am Avni, currently pursuing my Bachelor's of Technology in Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology at IIT Delhi.
So, here we are to discuss the strategies for air pollution mitigation for Delhi. Here we'll be discussing about biopellets, dust mitigation, and urban planning and beyond. So, the crisis of air pollution in Delhi NCR are grave, right? The Delhi pollution crisis has reached to the level that PM 2.5 has been nearly 20 times of the WHO guidelines, right? What are the major contributors in this issue? The major contributors are vehicle emissions, industrial activities, construction dust, and agriculture residues. Solutions already exist. We need to make a systemic change to implement them. One of these solutions is urban ventilation. Urban ventilation with strategic planning and green infrastructure. What is the problem over here? The problem is that Delhi is today currently facing an urban island effect, due to which it is facing an elevation of temperature up to 4 to 5 degrees relative to its rural areas near it. Right? It happens because the construction and all the development projects absorb a lot of heat. Right? The solution of this is urban ventilation. Urban ventilation corridors essentially allows the air to flow, which in turn moves the pollutants and do not allow it to collect at the same place and gets fresh air in the region, right? And we have the result of a survey where in the city of Hangzhou, China, has been able to find a reduction of around 25.2% of PM 2.5.
Now let's have a look at case study from Hong Kong. So Hong Kong's air ventilation assessment, it emphasizes on breezeways, podium designs, and also on the varying height of buildings and how can we improve ventilation using it. So looking at the first example, as we can see that improper spacing of buildings can lead to blockage of sea breeze. So we can place the buildings apart by up to 30 meters of spaces. Now let's look at how streets plays a major role in this case area. So as we can see in the second example, zones like stagnant zones gets created that has very low AQI because of improper layout of streets in respect to the prevailing wind. So as we can see in the horizontal layout, it has more stagnant zones in comparison to the parallel orientation in respect to the prevailing wind. In the third example, it shows how we can have the varying height of the building and how can we get the air to the street level by keeping the height of building up to 160 meters, as height more than 160 meters can lead to downdraft effect that pushes the wind down. Now these are the changes that we can do in the mid to long term, but let's discuss what we can do in the short term, and here we have an example that can be implemented as soon as we start working on it. So here's an example of signboards where we can see that we can either start with changing the layout of horizontal signboards to vertical signboards, or we can also place the horizontal signboards in parallel to the roads. That can help in less blockage of air. We can also have wind passage areas in cases when it's crucial to have horizontal signboards. We can move to the next. So let's discuss about what Singapore has done. So Singapore, along with the Urban Redevelopment Authority, they worked on to align all the major roads parallel to the monsoon winds to create a natural ventilation corridor. They were able to make these changes and bring down the and they were able to bring down moving forward. They also worked with National University of Singapore, where they worked on energy efficient buildings, green spaces, and also they made some major infrastructure changes like terrace farming and wind passages to the building. And it's fascinating to note that they were able to bring down the urban heat by 1 degree Celsius, and they were also able to cut down the energy needed for cooling by 5%. Now, despite all the complexities of urban areas in Delhi and its high population, we can also work on major roads and create some air corridors, and we can also work on the riverfront of River Yamuna.
So I'll be talking about biomass pellet manufacturing and parali. During the month of November, it is always all across the headlines कि पराली की वजह से ये हो रहा है, पराली की वजह से ये हो रहा है. If you talk about, this is the recurring issue which has been in public discourse every time, especially contributing to the winter air pollution in Delhi. Now we'll be talking about what does parali actually does. So 85% of the rice residue is burnt in Punjab, 40% in Haryana, and 29% in Western UP is burnt openly. Farmer faces a compressed sowing season because of the shift in the sowing season between the kharif crops and the rabi crops. So basically farmers के पास कुछ ऐसा वो सिस्टम नहीं है, क्योंकि उनके पास 15 से 20 दिन होते हैं, उसमें से उनको पूरा का पूरा स्टबल निकालना है. अगर वो नहीं निकाल पाते हैं तो वो पीनलाइज्ड हो जाएंगे. उसके लिए वी नीड टू क्रिएट अ सस्टेनेबल इकोसिस्टम जहां पे हम फार्मर्स को इंसेंटिवाइज कर सके. So here comes our solution where we propose to facilitate the farmers with biopellet manufacturing faculties over the most efficient location by optimizing the cost and the supply of biomass wherever we can have. So basically what we are proposing is कि हम farmers से उनकी पूरे के पूरा stubble लेंगे and then we'll convert it into pellet and then we'll supply it to thermal power plants. Now, why will thermal power plants take the parali from us or the biopellet from us? Because government has mandated the use of 5% of biofuel in financial year of 2024 and 2025. And this has increased to 7%. The co-firing of biofuel has increased to 7% in the financial year of 2025 and 2026. So this is the solution we are proposing. Now, talking about the advanced dust suppression technologies. So, around 38% of the Delhi air pollution comes from the construction sites, the dust which is there across the roads. So, we propose to use natural polymers like lignosulfate and MgCl2, which acts as dust aggregator and binds the dust. We can use fog cannons, mist cannons, and here we have represented a global example where Australia does all this hydromulching, uses the biodegradable natural polymer, and uses fog cannon to reduce their air pollution and decrease in SPM levels. Now talking about what can we adopt as of now. We can adopt for sustainable future and breathable air in Delhi, we can adopt the Japan's monitoring system. We can use their dual monitoring system of ambient air quality monitoring and the roadside air quality monitoring systems. So we can install at ITOs, at Anand Vihar, where the major air pollution occurs. We can integrate the data in real-time apps so that public advisory comes to the public health, and public knows and conduct the informed decisions. We should also make a sustainable and favorable ecosystem for EVs and incentivize this process by subsidizing the usage of EVs, or we can also develop the framework of recycling of lithium-ion batteries and converting into black mass so that we can recycle these batteries. This is what we have presented. We should not only focus on the challenges we are facing, but also that we all together can create a breathable future. We all can contribute to this cause and make Delhi breathable. This is what we have presented in our white paper. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.